Hello, my dear children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Students, shall we start the class? Okay, are you ready? So, students, in the previous classes, we went through the story The Mysterious Picture and a poem, Taj Mahal. There, we could understand the value of art in life. Here, we are going to meet a new lesson. Students, do you like drawing pictures? Yes, I think most of you like drawing pictures. Do you like to draw the picture of cat? Okay, so here we are going to meet a story about a little boy who likes to draw the pictures of cats. Hope the story will be very interesting for you. Students, all of you take your English text and take page number 30. First of all, you have to read the sentences given just below the title. Hope you enjoyed the story, The Mysterious Picture. You came across Till, the painter in the story. In the story, you will see a boy who is a painter who knows to draw only cats. It's a Japanese folk tale. Read it and enjoy. So, the boy who drew cats is a Japanese folk tale. Students, what do you mean by folk tale? Yes, a folk tale is an old story that has been told and retold, having been passed from generation to generation by word of mouth until it was written down. Students, now tell me what's the title of the folk tale? Very good. The Boy Who Drew Cats is the title of the folk tale. Who's the author of the folk tale? Very good. Hasegawa Takejiro is the author of the folk tale, The Boy Who Drew Cats. Shall we go through the profile of the author Hasegawa Takejiro? Okay, let's go. Hasegawa Takejiro was born in 1853, was an innovative Japanese publisher specializing in books in European languages on Japanese subjects. He employed leading foreign residents as translators and noted Japanese artists as illustrators and became a leading purveyor of export books and publications for foreign residents in Japan. And he was died in 1938. Students, now I'll give you a summary of the folk tale The Boy Who Drew Cats. All of you listen attentively. A farmer has many children who are all hardworking except for his youngest, who is small and weak and only interested in drawing pictures of cats. He decides his son is not cut out to be a farmer and sends him to a temple to study with a priest. The boy spends all his time drawing cats instead of study. The priest tells him he is better suited to being an artist and should return home. As he sends him on his way, the priest warns the boy, avoid large places at night, keep to the small. Ashamed of being dismissed, the boy decides not to return to his father's farm. Instead, he travels to another temple in the hopes he can ask for a night's shelter, not realizing all the priests living there have long ago been driven away by a giant goblin rat. When the boy arrives, he finds the place deserted and decides to draw cats on the walls. As he begins to feel tired, he remembers the old priest's words and climbs inside a little cabinet to go to sleep. During the night, he hears horrible sounds of screaming and fighting. When morning comes and he finally climbs out, he discovers the corpse of the goblin rat. As he wonders what could have killed it, he notices that all his cats now have blood on their mouths. He is hailed as a hero for defeating the monster and grows up to be a famous artist, one who only draws cats. Students, hope you all understood the summary of the folk tale, The Boy Who Drew Cats. Am I right? Now, let's go through the first part of the story. So, all of you take page number 30. I'll give you a model reading of the first two paragraphs. All of you listen attentively. A long, long time ago, in a small country village in Japan, there lived a poor farmer and his wife who were very good people. They had a number of children and found it very hard to feed them all. The eldest son was strong enough when only 14 years old to help his father, and little girls learned to help their mother almost as soon as they could walk. But the youngest child, a little boy, did not seem to be fit for hard work. He was very clever, cleverer than all his brothers and sisters. But he was quite weak and small, and people said he could never grow very big. So his parents thought it would be better for him to become a priest than to become a farmer. They took him with them to the village temple one day and asked the good old priest who lived there if he would have their little boy for his acolyte and teach him all that a priest ought to know. Students, now all of you read the two paragraphs silently and identify the difficult words. Hope you all identified the difficult words. Let's discuss those words and their meanings. Priest means a person trained to perform religious duties. Acolyte means a person assist a priest. Students, hope you all understood the meanings of the words. Now I'll give you the summary. The story begins in a small village in Japan where a poor farmer and his wife live with their large family. It is difficult for them to feed all of their children who must help with the work around the farm. Their youngest child, however, is unfit for manual labor because he is rather weak, though he is very smart. His parents think that he would make a better priest than a farmer. So they take him to the old priest in the village temple and ask the priest to take the boy as his acolyte. Students, now I'll give you a model reading of the next three paragraphs. All of you look into the text. The old man spoke kindly to the lad and asked him some hard questions. So clever were the answers that the priest agreed to take the little fellow into the temple as an acolyte and to educate him for the priesthood. The boy learned quickly what the old priest taught him and was very obedient in most things. But he had one fault. He liked to draw cats during study hours and to draw cats even where cats ought not to have been drawn at all. Whenever he found himself alone, he drew cats. He drew them on the margins of the priest's books and on all the screens of the temple and on the walls and on the pillars. Several times the priest told him this was not right, but he did not stop drawing cats. He drew them because he could not really help it. He had what is called the genius of an artist, and just for that reason he was not quite fit to be an acolyte. A good acolyte should study books. Students, now all of you read it silently and identify the difficult words. Okay, did you identify the difficult words? Okay, let's discuss that. Lad means boy. Margin, side. Pillar, a structure of stone that support the roof. Here you can see the picture of pillar. Genius means an intelligent person. Did you understand the meanings of the difficult words? Okay, now I'll give you a summary of the three paragraphs. Listen carefully. The priest is so impressed with the boy's intelligence that he agrees to educate the boy as a priest. The boy was very obedient, but he had one fault, that he cannot stop himself from drawing cats even when he is supposed to be studying. He drew them on the margins of the priest's books and on the screens of the temple, walls and pillars. But the priest warned him that this was not right. and he couldn't stop drawing cats. Here we could understand that he was the genius of an artist, and just for that reason, he was not fit to be an acolyte. Because a good acolyte should study books. Students, hope you all understood today's class. Am I right? Students, you have to study up to this for your first midterm examination. All the best for your examination. Thank you, dear students.